Open Source is an American public radio show hosted by Christopher Lydon, former New York Times journalist and original host of The Connection. The show focuses on the arts, literature, and foreign affairs. History. In May 2005, Christopher Lydon and his longtime producer Mary McGrath partnered with University of Massachusetts Lowell's radio station WUML, WGBH-FM, and Public Radio International to produce Open Source as a daily call-in radio program. The show was syndicated by 32 NPR stations before it was canceled on October 16, 2006. In 2007, Lydon moved to Brown University's Watson Institute for International Studies to podcast hour-long conversations under the name Open Source. In 2013, Lydon and McGrath returned to WBUR to produce Open Source as a weekly show. Schedule. Open Source airs twice a week on WBUR, Thursday night at 9 p.m. and Sunday afternoon at 2 p.m. The Open Source podcast reaches listeners in over 150 countries each week. Open Source also produces ongoing series on its website, including Reading Chekhov, a reading of Anton Chekhov's short stories by Boston actors and academics, and Parachute Radio, international conversations from Ghana, India, Pakistan, Egypt, Jamaica, Singapore, and Cuba. Notable guests. Previous guests in long-form conversations have included Philip Roth, Noam Chomsky, Jonathan Lethem, Orhan Pamuk, Cornel West, Harold Bloom, Matt Taibbi, Ha Jin, Paul Krugman, Gordon Wood, Joan Didion, Tim Berners-Lee, Gore Vidal, Megan Marshall, V.S. Naipaul, David Bromwich, John Mearsheimer, Edwidge Danticat, Jeffrey Sachs, Ralph Nader, Elizabeth Warren, Amartya Sen, Norman Mailer, David Foster Wallace and Edward Said. References. External links. Radio Open Source. Open Source with Christopher Lydon at PRX. Christopher Lydon interviews. Joseph P. Kahn, 2013 10-20. After Messy split from WBUR, Christopher Lydon returns. The Boston Globe.